In Reflections, Marcus Aurelius reflected on the importance of not spending the remaining time on unnecessary anxieties from others if it does not contribute to the common good. He warned that this can distract us from useful actions as we may become absorbed in the activities, motivations, and thoughts of other people, diverting ourselves from our own development. This powerful statement emphasizes a key obstacle in life: excessive worry about the opinions of others. This concept is explored in an imaginary dialogue in a small bar in Shinjuku, Tokyo, where the interaction between the bartender and a female client demonstrates the importance of authenticity. Furthermore, it is worth briefly reviewing the life of Marcus Aurelius to better understand his teachings. Born in 121 AD, Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor and philosopher whose reign from 160 until his death in 180 AD was filled with military conflicts and internal difficulties. Despite these challenges, his legacy continues to live on, largely due to his Meditations, a collection of personal thoughts that he recorded in Greek during his military campaigns in a time of great upheaval for the Roman Empire. Marcus Aurelius remained faithful to the principles of Stoicism, a philosophical school that values virtue, reason, and resilience in the face of pleasures and pains, providing us with deep insight into his views and his ethical and reflective life. Marcus Aurelius asserted that happiness and inner peace are achieved by living in harmony with nature and reason, not depending on external opinions. In the fictional dialogue set in Shinjuku, a small bar opens at midnight for a few hours, and only those who know what they are looking for come. That night, Jari, sitting alone, finds herself in the company of an understanding bartender who notices that attachment to the opinions of others deprives her of the opportunity to perform truly valuable actions. With a gentle smile, he explains that living while worrying about the thoughts of others prevents one from being authentic. He continues by saying that being oneself is, in fact, the most valuable thing we can do. Still confused, Jari asks how one can be useful simply by being oneself. The bartender patiently uses a metaphor. The tree, the fruits, and the oxygen it produces are natural results of its essence. Similarly, we are useful by staying true to our nature. Hari reflects, wondering if she is ever truly herself, and the bartender explains how various factors, such as lack of resources or competition, can hinder authenticity. The main obstacle is dependency on others' approval. To be herself, the bartender clarifies, often requires challenging and even disappointing others' expectations. Those who are not ready to accept these risks live as others want them to live, rather than as they truly are. Jari, beginning to understand, acknowledges the truth of his words but still worries about her dependency on external approval for her well-being. The bartender explains that the opinions of others limit her authenticity and personal growth. However, if a person's relationships are based on fulfilling others' expectations, these are not genuine relationships. Rather, it is being shackled by the perceptions others have of them. Jari admits this is true, but still, with understanding, she questions whether it's worth trading freedom for security. She asks the bartender what she truly has left to protect. After reflecting, Hari admits she has never looked at things from this perspective, but she insists that she always needs others' opinions to feel safe, asserting that this is how the world works. The bartender responds with another metaphor, comparing her situation to selling water in a desert. In that case, opinions would matter. But if a person truly offers something valuable, others' opinions are irrelevant. Hari acknowledges the truth of his argument and asks how she can create something valuable. The bartender explains that it is like how a tree bears fruit. The tree suffers from a lack of water, sunlight, and competition, but as soon as it is freed from these constraints, the fruit is a natural result. The point is not to force oneself to produce value, but to achieve freedom. Still uncertain, Hari asks how she can free herself from her own prisons. The bartender suggests that she first needs to identify what exactly these prisons represent. Is it the fear of rejection, the need for approval, or something deeper? Hari reflects and admits that her fear has always been about not being accepted, and with admiration, the bartender concludes by explaining that the fear of rejection is a powerful prison. He recalls how Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of not succumbing to fear and maintaining calm in all situations, helping Hari see that the first step to freedom is to face these fears and overcome them. Self-acceptance and indifference to the approval of others are foundational to achieving personal freedom. Hari, intrigued by how to reach this state, receives advice from the bartender, who explains that it is a progressive process. According to Marcus Aurelius, constant practice of self-reflection and meditation on the impermanence of life can help. This exercise helps to realize the brevity of life, reducing the importance given to others' opinions. The bartender advises Jari to spend a few minutes each morning meditating on her day, reflecting on the people she will meet and the situations she will face. This practice of daily reflections and thoughts was a technique Marcus Aurelius found useful for maintaining centeredness and authenticity. Taking the advice, Hari decides to start this practice the next day. The bartender reminds her that the path to self-knowledge is gradual, and that recognizing herself and how she interacts with the world will take time. Continuing the conversation, the bartender explains how Marcus Aurelius not only taught Stoicism, but lived it daily, facing political and military challenges with calmness and rationality, focusing on what he could control and accepting what he could not change. This constant practice of self-control reminds us that while we all face difficulties, our reaction to them defines our character and destiny. Inspired by these stories, Jari asks how she can apply these Stoic principles in her daily life. The bartender explains that the first step is to start with small daily practices of reflection and self-acceptance, which will gradually integrate into her life, changing her approach and interactions with the world. The bartender recommends Hari start with simple actions, such as cultivating gratitude and accepting things as they are. He also advises her to surround herself with people who support her path to authenticity and self-acceptance. This dialogue allows us to explore the idea that the most valuable thing we can do is to be authentically ourselves. What we truly are cannot be fully described with words. Our personalities are not reduced to simple labels like wife, mother, musician, or lawyer. These are merely fragments of our experience that we choose to emphasize. Being ourselves means overcoming these limitations, which in turn allows us to help others deal with their problems, bringing real value to the world. However, as long as we are attached to external approval, we will be content with being what others expect us to be, rejecting our true usefulness to the world. This is a rejection of our potential, a rejection of being truly free. At the end of the dialogue, the bartender emphasizes that his point of view is only a personal interpretation of Marcus Aurelius's teachings, not unalterable advice. He encourages Jari to use the information in her own way and remain open to different interpretations of these ideas, reminding her that Marcus Aurelius taught that life is fleeting and that we must live it fully without being tied to others' opinions. His legacy extends beyond words. It is an example of living. By adopting his Stoic approach, we can find inner peace that does not depend on external circumstances or the approval of others. Ultimately, living honestly and being oneself is the greatest contribution we can offer to the world and ourselves. Thank you for watching this video. Like it if you enjoyed it, and I hope these tips will be helpful to you. Share this video with those who may need it. And share your thoughts in the comments, as wisdom must be shared to thrive. Write in the comments, "I am Stoic," and I will know that you made it to the end. Now, choose the path of Stoicism, right or left. You have 2 Stoic videos that you will enjoy. See you soon.